Hey there, job seekers and career crusaders. Welcome back to our channel where we talk all things cold emails and sales. We're about to drop some knowledge bombs in here on how you can stand out from other applicants when applying for sales roles. Assuming that you've already been applying for jobs online, there's a strong chance you've seen how many other people have applied for that role, right? Especially on LinkedIn tells you there's 50, 100, 200 applicants. You're trying to stand out in a sea or lake of other applicants who are all trying to do the same thing that you are. You're compared solely on your resume by a recruiter who will then shortlist candidates, reach out to them for a brief screening conversation, and then if they look like a fit, introduce them to the hiring manager for a real interview. And especially in sales, a resume, words alone, often are going to tell the full story of your past performance and potential future performance. You might lack the required experience or education. You might not have the right skills or keywords on your resume. Heck, there might just be candidates that look better on paper than you do. And then when you consider, all these other applicants, because it's so easy to just apply for jobs, spraying and praying, you've got even more to contend with by standing out through all the noise and competition out there. So that's where you might send a cold email, cold LinkedIn DM, or a video to the hiring manager, taking a proactive approach to stand out and get their attention. Showcase your initiative, drive, research, and sales skills to give yourself a better chance of standing out. Showing the hiring manager that you have sales skills, rather than allowing them to assume based on your resume. I use this method to break into sales in the first place and then transition to tech at a later stage as well. On the flip side, when I've been on the hiring side of the equation, I've had jobs with hundreds of applicants and only one or two people take the extra time to reach out and highlight their application. Those applicants, if they also interviewed well, oftentimes ended up being the ones who got the offer for the role. Disclaimer, this approach isn't going to be for everyone. Not every hiring manager is going to like this, especially at larger organizations. And it really works best when you're applying for sales positions. So with all that said, here's the process. Here's what you can try doing. Now I know talking about all this is helpful, but I find it easy to learn when I see an example. So let's do that. Demonstrate how I would use this approach. Alrighty then, let's do this. To start, LinkedIn is your best friend to find credible roles to apply to, then also find the right person to follow up with as well. Find a job listing. If it looks like a role that you really want, apply for the role. I might search for a business development manager position in Canada, remote. Here's one from a company called Lupio, Manager Enterprise Business Development. But look, they want someone who's had manager experience. I've never managed a team of sellers before. If I just applied for this role, then it'd be very unlikely that I'd be selected for an interview. On paper, I'm not qualified for this. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna follow the process. Click on the company page and then go to their employees. I'm gonna jump onto Lupio's LinkedIn page, click on their employees, then use the search bar at the top to look for the person who you think might be the hiring manager. I'm just gonna search for sales lead. Generally, these results are sorted by closest fit first, so let's start opening up some profiles. Hypothesize who the role that you just applied to will be reporting to. Looks like we've got Abby, Rick, Michelle, and Eric. You're going to try and find the person who's most likely to be in charge of hiring for that role. If it's a sales development rep or a business development rep role, then you might be looking for the sales or business development manager, team lead, or director. If it's more of an account executive or account manager role, then you're going to be looking for the sales manager, director of sales, VP of sales, head of sales, or even the chief revenue officer. And side note, it's totally okay to get the wrong person, because if you write a good enough message, they'll either point you in the right direction or even forward the message to the hiring manager themselves. Michelle is the director of sales. But look, on her profile, she posted about this specific role, and she even told us that it actually reports to Eric. And Eric is the vice president of enterprise sales. Once you think you've found the right person, you have a few options. You can either connect them directly on LinkedIn and send them a DM, or alternatively, you can use a free trial of a tool like Seamless, Apollo, Lucia to get that email address, so you can send them an email directly to their inbox. Further demonstrating your ability to get shit done, find the right people, and solve problems. Now it's time to craft that perfect email. Before I do that though, we gotta find us some lavender. Nice and relaxing, but not the type of lavender I mean. Lavender is free to anyone who's open to work for this exact purpose. It'll help you research your prospects, write more concise and well-formatted emails that people are actually more likely to read. Number one, confirm that the job opening is still open. Sadly, a lot of these posts are outdated, so it's worth doing. Hey, Eric, saw Lupio's role for a business development manager. Are you still hiring for it? From there, you can play up your strengths related on the company and the role that you've applied for. What skills did they ask for that you're really strong in? How does any of your past experience play into that? I heard Lupio's name a lot when I was a top AE at Proposify, often while talking with large companies about their RFP pains. Next, you're going to do a little bit of a pattern interrupt. You're going to do something that sounds a little bit counterintuitive. You're going to talk about a weakness that you have. Almost any role that you apply for is going to have some requirements that you're weak at. Let's be honest, if you meet all of the requirements of the role, then you're probably overqualified for it anyway, so call those weaknesses out. What excites me is the leadership aspects of this role. I haven't had the opportunity to lead a team of sellers yet, and reframe it in a positive light. Position those weaknesses as an opportunity to grow, because that's what most leaders want, folks who know where they're weak at but want to get better or seek out coaching. Show work that you've done to work on that weakness. Show a plan that you would do to address that weakness, or lean to a strength that will show them that you're willing to overcome it. However, I've done sales coaching for individuals and sales teams, including sales tech vendors like Revenue.io and Demandbase. You can see some of my testimonials here. Then go for a light, tentative close. Confirm they're still hiring, and let them know they can reach out if they have any other questions about your application. If you think it's a good fit, then please see my attached resume. That role had 120 applicants, and I'm willing to bet that the vast majority of them, at least 100 of them, didn't take the extra step to reach out to Eric. That took me less than 5 minutes to do. If I was actively searching for opportunities, I could make 20 of those applications a day. And once you get that job, I highly recommend watching this video right here, which explains exactly how to cold email and book meetings with prospects. Peace, love, Lavender.